I have made a list of every offensive formation in Madden 24. And we're going to be ranking them on a list of pro level. Really good, straight cheese, not that good, and this is just bad. All right, I've done this a few times on the channel. Let's get into it. This is pretty much every formation. I believe this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 16, 24, 32 formations. This is pretty much everything you're going to see in the game. Probably missing one or two, but let's get into it. Very first up, we have bunch strong offset. Bunch strong offset. This is not to be confused with bunch strong X nasty. Now remember, I want to hear you guys' feedback on these different things, so wait till the end of the video. Let me know where I got right, what I got wrong. But bunch strong offset, if we're talking about out of the Jets formation or out of the Jets playbook, this is pro level. I'm going to tell you why. This is one of the most ran formations because of really 3 plays, and that's going to be Y trail, Durham, or tight end vertical, it's also called, but Durham, and corner strike. You can create 2 of the most meta route combos with double corners and with the halfback streak, drag, point wide receiver post. That's a little bit more of an advanced combo, but this is a very high level combo. Right now, it's getting our number 1 spot, although it could bump back this way throughout the video. Coming up immediately next, though, we have Gun Bunch. And the little tidbit for this, and Madden's really made these things different, is that this is not the same as Gun Bunch offset. This is Gun Bunch. A lot of people would be like, oh, what's the difference, Civil? Pretty big difference. A lot of different plays. And to block your tight end here, you have to do some do some cute stuff. Motion across, and or you have to call a very specific play. The only good one here is from West Coast, or you have to use it to complement Bunch Strong offset. I think this is a tough ask to run as a main offense. Only people who do run this as their main comp offense is Skimbo and Dubby. Both good players, but there's a reason why more people are not running it, and that's why I think it's more of a complementary formation than it is a main formation nowadays in Madden. So complementary formation is going to be really good. It is really good, but typically you are going to need to complement this with something. You're going to run something alongside with this, and it will not be your very main formation. It is in the Jets playbook, and it's pretty good in that. And again, that's why it's in the really good category. Now we move on. We go to spread. This year, there's been years where it falls into here. There's been years where there's been some cheddar cheese out of it. This year, it's not the worst thing ever. It's just not that good. Pretty much everything you do out of gun spread nowadays, you could do out of like others, just spread sets or other formations. I really struggle to see the value of this. And I know that does upset some of my spread guys out there, but spread's just not what it was. Not what it was. We're going to move on, though. Trips, tight end, offset. Now, part of me wants to go, I think everyone can agree, this is not a pro-level thing. Trips, tight end, offset. I struggle saying that it's not that good or really good. I kind of want to put it into the not that good category for now. See, cheese throws us for a loop right here because it is at the top of not that good, or it's going to be at the end of really good. There's a couple of things that are cute from it, right? Like verticals, like the RPO out of it. A couple of these you could do. I think I'm going to put it here for now, but it's going to end up being at the very end of this, I think. Because I'll see people audible to this out of Eagles playbook, and so it can complement sometimes, but I don't know. Gun tight this year, falling probably near the top of the not that good category. It doesn't combat the meta that well this year. They really nerfed it with a lot of the playbooks. Just not something you're going to use too much of. Again, the not that good category means that you might go to it every once in a while for specific things, but it's tough to call this a top-end offense. Let's move over to bunch offset now, not to be confused with the gun bunch. And this one's an easy top of the line. I mean, you have double posts from this. You have verticals. You have curl flat. You have dig corner in or corner and dig. A lot of really good plays out of this. I think double post is the best pass play in the game. I think bunch offset is easily right here, pro level, top dog. I don't know there's much debate. And there's a good run game out of it. Before, gun bunch used to just have like really bad runs with just a halfback sweep and halfback draw. This has read option and it has inside zone split. 2 actually pretty good runs. So yeah, I actually like this quite a bit. empty base flex this year, man, beginning of this year, it fell into this this is just bad category. Do you guys remember when we had a 5-man blitz out of 3-3-5 wide, nickel 3-3 cub, and that blitz was just like insta A gap all the time? I don't know if you guys remember that, but at the beginning of this year, until probably like October or so, when that was in the game, this was unrunnable. But now that's out, it probably goes ahead of spread, to be honest with you. Because at the very least, like the spread, the halfback ain't doing nothing really, but I say this goes ahead of spread. I was say, yeah. I form tight. I think it's just not that good this year, especially no RPOs. There's like one formation or one play week that has an RPO stretch from this, but it's not great. It's not great. And the same kind of thing with Deuce Close. Man, I think Deuce Close is probably the best of all of these so far, especially you do the rollout glitch with it. And it does have some decent runs, but it's just another formation that's just not that good. The single back Deuce Close just isn't that good. Goal line is next. Goal line to me this year is I don't really run it in the goal line. I think fullback dive can get popped. I'm going to throw it in the this is just bad. I'm going to put I form tight in the this is just bad. I think that makes way more sense. In goal line, for goal line purposes, it's just not that good. It's not terrible because you could score in goal line, but it's just not that good. If we're looking at it from a usage standpoint of when you would actually call goal line, which is in the goal line, it's probably better bang for buck than spread is, I think. I just don't think goal line's that good than when you're playing actual good players for the most part. Now we're going to the gun bunch tight end, a formation that once upon a time, Civil, the dog, had it right here. Now, I struggle putting it here. I don't think the RPO is that good. It's not one of the better RPOs you can run. I think it has a couple of cool plays, but I struggle to say why I would run this right now, except for the play triple out. And PA boot over, I mean, it can get open, but there's just other plays you could call. To me, as a formation, if a formation only has one or two little cute things you can do, which bunch tight end has right now, I say that bunch tight end falls into the not that good category just based off that. And now I'm thinking more and more, I think this has to bump into this is just bad. Spread's just bad. I don't see why you run spread like this year. And again, it's kind of like a thing of like, does bunch tight end have a few good things? Sure. But we're being a little bit hard on it because there are. So the thing is with these categories, dude, it's like there's obvious top end formations, then there's like nice complementary formations. There's obviously really bad formations, but there are formations that are just based around fucking cheese. Like literally, they're just literally glitches. It's just how it is every year. So this category is important. We're gonna get to some formations that fall into this category, and the first one for that actually, I'm gonna jump ahead. We just did gun bunch tight end. We go pistol bunch tight end. We're going just cheese for this. Why? Pretty straightforward. Speed option. Hurdle. Toss it. You guys see me run it quite a bit recently. Shout out to DJ himself. This is cheese. This is where the cheese category comes in because it's not really good, but it's not that good. It's just cheese. It's its own special category. I don't know. It's hard to explain it, but like you can't put it in here. And you can't, it's not just okay, because it can be really good, but it utilizes just straight literal cheese of dumbing out the defense. Next, we got single back bunch X nasty. So this is something like Zan used to run a lot of, and so did Bobby. I never ran it, and in the past, like it was always okay. I felt like, I think it's not better this year than it was last year. But I think it's better than the amount of times it gets ran. I don't think it's this is just bad. I think it's just like here, maybe here, and then not that good. I think there's better things to run, but it's not like terrible. It's not the worst thing you could possibly run, in my opinion. And it has some cool routes. Like I've looked at this a few times because it has some cool routes and some cool stuff you can do from it. So that's why it's going to sit here in the not that good. If we go next, we have I form close. Let me see. Does zooming in like this make it a little bit better for you guys? When I did this earlier, when I zoomed in like this, we had, like, there was like a giant ad that was just right here, so I couldn't do that. So hopefully the zoom in a little bit helps. Maybe it made it worse. I don't know. Next up, though, I form close. I form close, I form close, I form close, I form close. Gonna be definitely better than, I'd say, man, it goes here. I thought this could be a year where I form close could be actually good. Good routes, decent runs. It's fine. It's just in the not that good category. We can really see, though, is like so far, if you're taking something away from this, is that there are very clear cut, in my opinion, best formations in the game pretty consistently. Like, there is a very clear cut best formations, and then there's a bunch of formations that are used for like attention seekage, pretty much, which is what all of these are. Empty tray stack, terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Bunch strong nasty. This, so very similar to bunch strong offset, right? But bunch strong nasty has that ISO wide receiver split in closer to the tackle, has some different plays, and because this one has verticals and this one has corner strike, this one does not. Now you can recreate some stuff, but it just doesn't have it. And because of that, I'm putting it here. This has a really good RPO. It has really good plays. But it's hard to run this as your only formation, I think. And, I mean, mind you, with most things, you audible around. Like, if you ran bunch offset and bunch strong nasty, you would audible between them. You would audible between these two formations right here. So keep that in mind. A lot of people audible between formations. And typically, one of your formations is going to be in that top tier. And that's what this is. And, yeah, that's where I really think. And actually, I think all of these playbooks that have these can go to trips, head, and offset too. So keep that in mind. But yeah, I think bunch strong nasty falls here, man. Good run game, but no verticals. Whereas this does have verticals and corner strike. Yeah. Yep. If you're trying to keep track, these two right here, Eagles playbook. These two right here, Jets playbook. And then trips, tight, and offset is in all of those. Next up, we have gun split close. This is just bad. I don't even know if I've looked at it this year, but in my head, I'm like, this feels like it wouldn't be good. And it's just, we're going to keep it at not good. Y off trips? Is this U-trips? Y off trio? Oh, yeah, this is just U-trips. Man, I know Decroft doesn't run this anymore, but I think he does it more of victim of the playbook that it's in rather than it itself not being great. I think U-trips was really good. I saw a lot of people run it at the beginning of this year. I think it could still be ran pretty well. And so I'm going to put it at the end of really good. It'll probably, I would say it's actually better than trips, tight, and offset. It's just, it's not in the same playbook, so people just use it way less. Because it has good post routes. There's no RPO, but it has good post routes. I feel like the run out of it is okay, if I'm not mistaken. And really, like, that's the thing. Like, yeah, I think it's a little bit better than trips, tight, and offset. But there's no verticals. So, verticals in Madden, very, very good. Single back wing pair, throwing this into the cheese category. And the cheese here, tight end attack, RPO stretch, RPO dive. This is cheese. You want to run a halfway decent formation that's halfway decently okay without much effort, run this out of like Bengals or something. You go halfback stretch, halfback dive, tight end attack. There you go. Y off trio weak. This is just, I feel like this is just bad now. I'll throw this in the top of this is just bad. Y off trio weak is in like, man, it's been in Saints book forever. It's like a poor man's Y off trips. Y off trio, yeah. It used to be a lot better. There's just no point in running it. There's no one really runs it anymore, man. Tight slots halfback weak. All right, we're going to throw it up here for a second. But this is going to fall into this formation I ran a lot at the beginning of the year. It is, man, it was pro level for a long time. People really got away from this. They really did. It's definitely better than these two. It's worse than bunch. I can't make it above these bunches. What's crazy, actually, I just realized, dude, top 4 formations, all bunch. Goes to show something, I don't know. And then, heck, first 5 formations are all tight sets. Then we have Y off, which is U-trips, and trips tight end offset. Which leads me to ask, where is trips tight end? Let's jump trips tight end up here. Trips tight ends going to pro level. And this, I mean, this could be an easy flip. I don't know. For me, oh, whoops. For me, this is how it is for me with bunch strong offset being better than trips tight end. But I could easily see you saying this, or even you saying this, and I'd be like, cool with that. For me, though, I'm saying trips tight end's the very end of pro level right now. But it's good, dude. Bills, run Bills playbook for this. It's good. It's good. Single back tight slots, rest in peace. We'll go ace slot offset. It's just not that good, man. Where do I put this? Man, I might put it like right here. Like right behind Deuce Close. Maybe above. I'll put it right here. Not that good. It's hard for me to justify ace slot offset. It's a bad playbook. It's only in the spread playbook. It has an RPO. Has okay pass plays. Just hard for me to justify for running this, though. Yeah, it's because you have to choose a whole different playbook. Some of these formations benefit so much from having like a bunch of playbooks you can go to. Bunch X nasties and everything. So it's like, yeah. Pistol full house, my first ever formation. Unfortunately, this is just not good. This is just not good. Bro, do I not have double stack in here? Okay, we're going to pretend Gun Monster counts for double stack, and this is top of the cheese. Gun double stack, Gun Monster out of the gun spread playbook. Now, you could, I guess, audible from that to a slot, low mini scheme. This is just top of the end cheese. This is such good cheese where it almost falls into really good in pro level because of how good this cheddar is. I mean, it's some good cheese, bro. Rat's like, this is top of the line, Red Lobster-esque. Oh, I love Red Lobster, dude. I do. I haven't been to Red Lobster in so long. Red Lobster is good. Anyways, single back wing slot. This one, I want to see if single back wing pairs and cheese. In my head, though, this is just, it's just a different formation. You have good pass plays out of here. You have that RPO stretch, and you have a halfback dive, zone alert bubble. You have mesh spot, and you have PA scissors, it's called. This is just a really good formation, I think. I think a lot more people could run this in the open field. Let's, I'll throw it at the bottom of really good. Yeah, bottom of really good. Tight offset tight end. This year, man, I've seen what Throne's done from it, actually, with the bombs, and I'm like, okay, there's something there. Because of that, I'm going to say very top of not that good. Because I don't think it's something you could run every single down. Whereas, like, even the really good stuff, you could run these for a majority of your plays, I feel like. Trips, tight, and offset's gotta. Okay, trips, tight, and offset falls behind here. Tight, offset, tight, and then trips, tight, and offset. Yeah. Yep. That fits way better, actually. And, okay. Like, you could run tight, offset, tight end for some plays, and you get some good plays. There's even a bomb out of it that you could run. But it's not something I think you sit in all game, or you sit in for the majority of your plays. There's no, if it had an RPO, different story. Doesn't, though. Let's move. What we got coming up next? Trey Y flex. It's always, this formation's always at the end of this. Probably, like, right here. Trey Y flex always just not that good. Just better trips formations to run. But maybe you're a victim of your playbook, whatever. Tight doubles, I think it's worse this year. So I'm going to put it into, do some good routes. I'll put it at the end of here. Goal line just throwing this whole thing for a loop. I don't even know. I'm just going to keep goal line back here. Tight doubles better than this. Probably better than Trey Y flex, too. Better than I-form close. Better than, I don't know if it's better than gun tight. I don't think it's better than gun tight. Nah. Strong close. Not that good this year. Where's I-form close at? Where's my I-form close at? I think it's better than I-form close, just looking at the routes, but nah. Tight flex. This was really good. This was really good beginning of the year when there was like more man coverage being ran. When like Drini ran this out of Rams book. And I think this formation's good. I actually think this formation's good. And I might just be so wrong on this. I think this tight flex, so I'm going to leave it here for a sec, is better than tight offset tight end at beating man coverage, at beating zone coverage. I think the only thing it's not better than is its one-play touchdowns and its run game. So I'm going to put tight flex actually at the end of really good because I think you could run a scheme, and I've seen this, of tight flex and gun bunch in the Rams playbook. That is what I believe. So this is kind of a rundown. Pro level, we have bunch offset, bunch strong offset, trips tight end. Yeah, that makes sense. Really good, which are, yeah, bunch strong nasty, bunch, tight slot tap back weak, U trips, single back wing slot, tight flex, I think is a tough one to throw in there. Cheese is just its own little category. It's not even like, but monster, double stack, single back wing pair, and pistol bunch tight end, which represents all of those speed options. I think that fits pretty well in cheese. And, I mean, man, this is something I say all the time, I feel like, dude. There's just a lot of not very good formations in Madden. And some of these, like, at the top of here, like, could be argued to run certain plays out of, but at the same time, it's just not that good as a formation. Is it cool? Maybe. But it's not, again, that good, in my opinion. Right? Bunch X nasty, just goes tight. Yeah, man, this looks good. Maybe Trail Flex would be bumped up higher. Maybe. I'd probably put Trail Flex above these two. I think is my final thing. And yeah, this is just bad. These are all formations where I'm like, dude, what are we doing? What are we doing? Empty Tray Stack had a little glorious run at the end of last year, but I see you in this. I'm like, man, what are we doing for the most part? Maybe Gun Spread has a couple cool things, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't think so. I don't think Gun Spread has anything anymore. Sometimes they'll have some cool stuff where it, yeah. But I think that's everything, boys. Here's the final thing right there. Let me know what you think, and tell me where I'm right. Tell me where you think I'm wrong in the comment section below. I appreciate y'all. If you guys can do me a favor and check to see if you're subscribed. If you're not, we're trying to hit 16,000 subs. So if you could, subscribe. It's free. Helps push the videos in the YouTube algorithm. If you want to get better at John Madden Football, link top description of my website, civil.gg. You can use code PREMIUM for 25% off. And that being said, boys, I'll see you on the next one.